Good evening. Today we have a special guest, the teacher who's been teaching us for over 7 years English language. Welcome.
Good evening, Alisher. How is your study?
Yes, very well. How about you? How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you. Working for a long day, and thank you for inviting me to the podcast. Uh,
Uh, like, what what was the what inspired you to learn this language when it began? Firstly,
English language. I began studying English language when I was at ninth grade. Ninth grade. So that time, one of my neighbors studied in at Westminster University and went to the USA. Uh, and this, let's say, action like tackled me to learn English, triggered me to learn English. So I started learning English.
like nowadays, access to English language is more easier than before. Like when you first began to learning this language, was it too tough or difficult?
Yeah, that was that time. It was very difficult. Actually, there were not enough, let's say, English teachers in the country. Uh, at that time, also until ninth grade, we studied Dutch language. That time, it was not, let's say, a well-developed language. English language well developed was not well spread in Uzbekistan.
Yes. Like when it came to our first to our school in 2019, like is it was like your first experience in this language, like first experience that in teaching?
No, actually, when I studied at university, I started to work as a teacher. Uh, that time, I I had some students of my neighbors who studied at school as well, and got prepared to uh, entrance exam to universities. So I started working with them.
Yeah, I know that your method of teaching this language is very interesting to other students. Like they feel enthusiastic about it. Like, have you ever changed your style, or it was this style and continue to be this style?
No, actually, over time, my style of teaching English have changed a lot. Has changed a lot. There was a lot of changes. Uh, Before, when I taught students for 1 hour, 2 hours, I led a lesson. I explained the topic. So for 2 hours, about 2 hours, I spoke uh, to students to explain them the topics. But nowadays, I changed my style of teaching. So the explanation also, let's say a little bit explanation at the beginning of the lesson, and after that I pay attention more to the practice. I make students to talk in this topic, to solve exercises like this.
Like, what is the biggest challenge, biggest difficulty that you face during teaching time?
Uh, I think it is the character of the students. Let's to suit to the character of the students. If you have got, let's say, 10 or more students, they have 10 or more characters that you have to talk to them, each of them coming from their character. It was the most difficult part of teaching English.
But the mostly teachers like say that the most difficult thing was about not the character, like about the time management that they teaching, like they cannot evaluate their hours correctly.
I also have some, let's say, problems with time management, and it's always been in teaching. For example, 40 minutes lesson, 40 minutes lesson is not enough to teach English or to give something to 15 to 20 students. So it's been problem, but it's not the biggest, let's say, challenge. Even in not 40 but 20, 30 minutes also you can give information, you can teach them something.
Yes. Despite these problems, the learning or teaching English is also very enjoyable. Like, what is the most enjoyable thing that you was when you were teaching?
Uh, the most enjoyable part of teaching English is when you see the development in your student. So your student first of all comes to you, he speaks or hardly speaks English or doesn't speak English at all, and after some time you working with them, it changes. You see some changes on your student, and it is the most, let's say, inspiring part of teaching English.
Uh, but some kind of students, like for there are many kind of exams that evaluate the English score, such as TOEFL, CIFR, IELTS, which is the most like which is my favorite one, IELTS.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about IELTS?
About IELTS, IELTS has been, I think, IELTS has, I think, more than 50 years history or more than it. It inspires students to learn English, to learn academic English, let's say, to perfect their English. So I think for the students to get ready for such kind of exams, only, let's say, gives the students the opportunity how to overcome challenges. So they play very good role in the students learning English.
I heard that before preparing for exams, for IELTS exams, you should firstly uh, like finish the elementary, after then pre-intermediate, intermediate, upper intermediate, and after then start to prepare for IELTS exams. Is that true?
Uh, getting you well prepared is uh, always correct, uh, but IELTS is academic English, and it also, let's say, in some parts it's not. It is informal language. In some, when you have your speaking test, it's not. It's not, let's say, formal something. So anytime, let's say, if you increase your level in English, you have, let's say, finished your elementary level, you can take an exam. You have finished your pre-intermediate level, you can take an exam. Intermediate, take an exam. So it only, let's say, shows how you are developing your language. It only shows what kind of result you are getting from learning English.
But I think that I started preparing IELTS exams before finishing the upper intermediate. I just started like preparing for IELTS exams after finishing the intermediate book.
Yeah. So what was your result?
It was oral 6.5.
6.5. So it is B2, am I right?
Yes.
Yeah, it is your language can be, yeah, your language level can be B2 after finishing your pre-intermediate level. That's all. The same result. So you have finished pre-intermediate B2. It was B2, and your IELTS result is B2.
Pre-intermediate,
Yeah,
but the pre-intermediate level is when
B1.
you B1. Yes,
B1.
B1.
uh, and you learned, let's say, some techniques before taking IELTS exam. You got prepared for 2 or 3 months, am I right? So you learn the techniques, only the techniques, let's say, lifted your result in the IELTS.
There's an interesting thing that to boost my listening score, I didn't just um, like make a pragmatic practice in the IELTS listening. I just prepared for the IELTS listening by just listening to Sifr C2 listenings.
Ah, yeah. So for listenings and first certificate listenings, let's say one of the most useful materials to get prepared for the IELTS. And if you, let's say, listen Sefer listenings uh, for 2 months, that's, I think, enough. If you get prepared well, that's enough to get 6 point band, to take the 6 point band. So what can I say? IELTS and Sefer are both different, let's say, certificates, but both are English language. So I mean, if you finish your pre-intermediate, intermediate levels, so your English is increasing. It doesn't matter from what material you are getting prepared. It also, of course, plays role in your score, but in your general, let's say, English, they all, let's say, IELTS materials and the CFL materials play the same role.
But they differ from the like materials differ from each other. Like when you are preparing for Sifr exams, the listening part is like plays two times. But in the
Yeah,
IELTS one, plays one time.
yeah. You listen the recording in IELTS exam once and in CFR twice. But you know what is general about them? What is common in them? Uh, they all English. They both English, and they both, let's say, contribute you to boost your English. So you got prepared from the CFR listenings and got 6.5 in IELTS. So it means your general English level increased in that case.
Yes. What about boosting speaking?
To boost your speaking, I would highly recommend to practice it uh, with your uh, with your friend or somebody who knows better English than you. And it also takes, let's say, time, practice. It requires, of course, patience and knowledge, of course.
But I heard that uh, like you can maximum boost your speaking by just practicing, and after practicing you just maximum you will get maximum of 6.5, and to get a 7 and plus you should study also the vocabulary. You should boost your vocabulary, also your grammar, also correct your pronunciation and other importances, of course. Like that's how much like it would take time to uh, to make 7 plus.
Uh, to get 7 plus, I think first of all we have to choose the right materials, and you have to choose the right teacher that you teaches you with tricks of English, of IELTS English speaking test, and with whom you can get let's say, reach your 7 plus result.
Uh, I heard that also the students can be an example for the teachers too.
Of course, why not? Sometimes, if I want to, let's say, practice my English, I use my students' knowledge. I use my students' English. I talk to them, and of course, it all